Well, my friends, Al-Hilal did it and beat Man City in the Club World Cup. Today, we're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking about some specific performances of certain players, and also we're going to touch a little bit about the coach Pep Guardiola and some players from Man City, and also we're going to talk about what does this result mean for both teams. Anyway, let's start with the game in general. People were expecting, a lot of people online were expecting Man City is going to beat Al Hilal. It was going to be a walk in the park for them, but Al Hilal showed that they are a very organized team. They are tactically sound. They know what they're doing, and Inzaghi was there to basically manage their ship. And of course, we saw what we expected in the beginning of the game. Man City scoring the first one, I believe, in minute 9. The goal was controversial. The VAR checked it, and it was game on. A lot of people disagreed with this decision because they were potential handball for a couple players, I believe. But it is what it is. The game keeps going, but Al Hilal did not drop down their performance, did not drop their hands down. They kept working hard, and they managed to finish the first half losing only 1-0. But the interesting that happened actually in the first half, to be honest, Man City had so many opportunities. They could have scored more. They could have scored at least 3 or 4 goals, but Bono, the Giants, the Moroccan Giant, was there. The wall was there, unstoppable, save after save, denying different players from Man City. And to be honest, he is a big reason why Al Hilal stayed in this game. But don't let's not forget that we saw some signs from Al Hilal in the first half. Their counter attacks were very efficient. They were just lacking that little that little final touch actually, which we saw exactly in the second half. In the beginning of the second half, they were not joking. They know that Man City is weak in the defense, and that's what we saw in the Premier League and the Champions League. Man City defensively are a big 0-0. So they capitalized on that, and boom, the first one, boom, the second one. Now Al Hilal are leading again. Man City did not or refused this new reality, and they scored the equalizer 2-2. The game ended up with this result, and the teams had to go to extra time, which I totally dislike. I don't like extra time, especially at this time of the year. The players, this is between brackets, the players, they played the whole season, Champions League, Premier League, Saudi Arabian League, Asian League, all these leagues. Then you put them in this grilling weather for extra time. This is stupid. Honestly, they need to change this rule. If they want to play this Club World Cup, they need to get rid of this extra time rule. Going back to the game, in minute 49, in the extra time, Koulibaly came in, zooming, scoring the third for Al Ahli, and now Al Ahli are leading again. Then what can I say? Then Foden denied the fact that Al Hilal were going to win it in the extra time, or actually in the basically they won in the extra time, but denied their hopes, or delayed. Actually, that's what I meant to say. Their hopes, and they were 3-3 again. Now the game is getting tighter and tighter. Opportunities here and there, but Marcos again in minute, I believe, 114, if I'm not mistaken, scoring the winner, the fourth goal for Al Hilal, and goodbye, Man City. See ya. I do want to be at the hopes of winning the big money prize. It's gone. Now, what did we see after this result? A total shock, a total frustration, a total shell shock, basically, from Man City players and Pep Guardiola, who was not happy with this result. He looks confused. He looked in the interview. He looked totally not absent-minded, but he was totally shook. Basically, that's the exact description I would say, because there's no other description than that. He talked about the good performance of Bono in this game. He also talked about whenever we lose to teams that play this style, which is a big question mark. If you know you lose with this style, why don't you address it? That's the big question, Mr. Pep. You are a fantastic coach. You are an amazing coach. But if you know your weak point, you need to work on it. Otherwise, other coaches like Inzaghi are going to capitalize on it in the Premier League next season. So, what is the deal with Al Hilal after this game? The big deal with Al Hilal is they show that they are a big soccer or big football team that has something that has a big plan working on in this Club World Cup. They are showing the level of Saudi Arabian league that has got so much criticism, like about spending so much money, bringing players, old players. But as we saw, they had younger players, good quality players that are young, players that have physical. What can I say? They are physically sound. They fought the whole 120 minutes. It's not only about Ronaldo. It's there are other players that they could play in bigger. What can I say? Competitions, but they chose to play in Saudi Arabian league, which means Saudi Arabia is building a strong league. Malkovich himself addressed the press after the game, and he told them, "Guys, do you still believe that I went to Saudi Arabia just for the money, or do you see now what we are working here? We have good quality football in Saudi Arabia." Anyway, this is basically my reaction to this game, but I want to mention one more thing I forgot was Man City really unhappy with this loss because they lost the opportunity of winning the big money prize I talked about in one of my short videos before. Because if they won this World Cup, they would have had have what can I say, paid for all their transfer fees this season. And people who say that this was like almost like a friendly game for Man City, I would tell you, you are not honest with yourself, and you need to look at the mirror and see Man City played with their all the best players they had. They tried everything and they lost again. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop me your comments. Have a nice day. Bye bye.